Good morning, my beloved. This is Weleta Kidan Ki. I hope you all are doing well. Thank you so much for coming into my channel. If it's your first time watching this video, please go ahead and subscribe. There is more coming. There is more wisdom coming. There is more love is coming to share with you guys. So, I'm experiencing something that had me to think about materialism, material vanity somehow. There are so many people on the planet who associate themselves on a deeper level with what they possess, with their possessions, this habit of being identified with what we have as, or using what we have as something that could define our entire existence, so there is a lot of material vanity. Wealth for me is has got nothing to do with how many houses you have or how much money you have. Wealth is more like the ability to live a meaningful life, the ability to actually build a meaningful life for yourself and the people around you. It doesn't matter whatever you have in this life, it should bring you a deeper level of fulfillment and happiness. There is no, at the end of the day, there might be a lot of wealthy people or a lot of poor people in the world. What makes you you is your ability to be happy, to create happiness for yourself, within yourself, right? Like your ability to enjoy life. What would you want to have something if it's not bringing you uh, satisfaction? If it's not bringing you happiness and peace, what's the point of doing something? What's the point of having to chase just material so that you can be seen as a celebrity, or you can be respected by the people who thinks in the same way as you? So this morning I woke up and I'm just having a nice view. So I was experiencing some people and situations that pushed me into thinking this about this material world. How material is exaggerately honored. Like people just choose each other, end up with each other for material gain. Like, so sometimes in chasing what's external, what's physical, we lose touch with what's inside and with what's spiritual. So, I see people suffering from their own advancement, their own personal growth, because for them, it's about standing on top. When they are compared with their neighbors, when they are compared with their family members, when they are compared with their group of people, they want to stand out in what's visible, in what's external. So they stretch themselves hard. I i used to be stubborn somehow. I used to go hard on myself. Like if I want to achieve something, I go extra miles to get there. I use a lot of energy and time on something that I set my mind on, and it's good and bad at the same time. Not just, I use these words not because I think that there is something that's inherently good or something that's inherently bad, but it's like I have to use these words to make you understand what I'm trying to say. So um chasing materials, if it's not limited, it's just, I used to go hard on myself somehow. Just I feel like I have to be loyal to that thought, to that desire, to that dream I had inside me. My mind chooses to just do something just for whatever cause that is. It gives you the reason to why it wants you to do something, and then I end up doing that something. It gives me a temporary satisfaction, just a moment of happiness or two, and then I'm back to that same loop. I'm still not doing what I want from deep inside. So our higher self tries to communicate that to us. Our soul is always, it never gives up on us. It brings us people in our way. It takes us someplace, so we can remember something. I was having a Skype call with my friends in the US. They're a beautiful couple. So we call each other and we reason. We talk about a lot of things. So um, they had a say on this too. We talked about how important it is to remember our past lives in this existence. really, until we remember our past lives and until we know exactly what having our lineage means. Honestly, it's I value lineage because our, our ancestors, the people before us, they had left us things that are very, very, very deeply useful, and most of them are answers even to our existential questions, to our deepest questions that we have about where we came from and who we are. All right, they had left us not only history but also divine messages. So we in order to understand our connection to our ancestors, we must bother, we must try, we must do a regression session, or we must come close to spiritual people and try to learn, at least try to be helped to remember our past lives. So if you don't remember your past lives, you wouldn't possibly know why you are here. So you don't know what your future is like. You are not clear about that. You are still keep trying to make it in this world. Maybe making it for you is having 10 cars, beautiful cars, and having all of that stuff around you. Or for you, maybe having a lot of money could mean outshining your friends, outshining your society. But that's not how I see it. Wealth should give you the freedom to build a meaningful life for yourself and to be of service to your community, to be like kings and queens everywhere, to think about the greater good, and like to think about how we can actually survive and thrive together like a family. You know what I mean? So now, when we make it about material, since it's visible, something visible, of course I can come to your house and I can see how beautiful it is. So what the ego wants is to be appreciated, to be seen as something special, right? To stand out, to stand by itself, to rule others. What the ego cares about is power. What the ego cares about is recognition. But those aren't the things that we have to strive for. We have to strive for peace, we have to strive for healing, we have to strive for a harmony. So lately I told you about wanting the best for myself. That's the path where I am on. But at the same time, wanting the best for myself doesn't mean necessarily having a beautiful home for no reason. Like I know building church is very costly, especially in Ethiopia. I know people invest millions of money to build one church, and I just thought about it this morning. I want to live in church. I want to build a church and I want to live inside it. That's how I want my house to be, so that more people can come inside and more like they could feel like there is one place that makes them feel at home. That's just how we can fill the gap that we created because of material vanity. We have now these ideas about classes, about how we want to show up in this world. Society tells us these people are the most respected ones, these people are not respected, these people are failures, these people are success. What is success anyway? If living in a library, reading every written book in the world is your dream, go ahead and do it. That's success for you. Do whatever you want. That's what success is. But when you identify so much with the material world and when you chase recognition and acknowledgement, you're disconnected. You're disconnected with the true you that can take you into the true path of that was laid down for you. You see, even having money, having a lot of money, having this class difference is the reason how we see each other even. Society is all about using you. It's like an entity. Society is very demanding. Society is not about reason, it's about expectation. It's not about rationality, it's not about coexisting, it's all about expectation. So since childhood you've been told that what you want to be, your dream was set down for you by your caregivers, but by the society. It was decided how you can be. That's why you find it so hard and challenging to come out of that and just live a happy life. So what can we do to solve this? What can we do collectively as spiritual community, as Pan-Africanists, as people who wants the best for everyone? What can we do to stop this material vanity, from to cut it from its roots, and to think about having character? If we want more artists, we want more painters, we want more singers, we want more healers in this world. That's what makes us beautiful. Africa is the most diverse, many cultures, colors, dance, music. That's the kind of continent, you see, like there's a lot of variety in it. Democracy can't work for something like this. We are so unique in different ways. We have so many languages, we have a lot of outfit designs, you name it. the, Africa is very diverse. So if we all put in one structure where the government tells us to be in a certain way, that doesn't work. We have to be allowed to choose what we want to become. That's what I like about Rwanda. The government did a great job to give the people a chance to decide for themselves, to live according to their will, to try. There's a lot of opportunities. I mean, I don't want to I don't I'm afraid of promoting Rwanda to the rest of the world because it's so spacious now, and I love it that way. I wouldn't want it to be overcrowded. For me, space is my basic need. It's like food and water. I want space in my life. That's what gives you clarity. That's why I don't like being surrounded by stuff. I don't want too many clothes, too many things. If I have the basic things I want to be productive, to use my voice as a YouTuber, if I have a speaker, if I have a studio, that would be nice. But I'm not going to buy something. I'm not going to own something because I expect people to associate my worth with it, and then give me some kind of respect. The most people who are being lied to and betrayed are the rich ones, actually, the wealthy people. They attract people who lies to them, who makes up a story, and then tell them, like they attract people like that, because most of the wealthy people, not, I wouldn't call them wealthy, because wealth is about abundance mindset, while being rich means just having possession, without the skill whatsoever. So when you're honest with yourself, honest people will come your way also. You know what I mean? You're not being honest by wanting to be surrounded with stuff. Really, you want space. That's why we call the universe space. Because of its spaciousness. If I want to empty my mind, I want to empty my surroundings, and I can be reasonable with what I want to have. I can't have everything in the world. What do I want to have? I want to live inside a church, and I want people to come over and to feel at home. I want to have a community. I want to live with a community. And I'm willing to start it. I don't mind being the first one to have this idea. I don't mind being the first one to care about it. But at the end of the day, as long as I am being caring and loving towards the human family, I'm sure I will eventually attract people with the same dream. What can we do to solve this material vanity? Because it's dividing us. It's putting the idea of class now in our heads. We don't respect the people we should respect. you know People who have deep wisdom, indigenous healers, are just abandoned. People like me we aren't valued the way we have to be valued, honestly, because this is what is supposed to bring us together. Now there's a lot of chaos in the world because of what we manifested externally without looking within. We're like a boat without compass, without a direction. What can we do so we can forget about materialism and focus on the spiritual? Because that side of us is not being explored. And life is all about balance, right? So, anyways, let me know in the comment section what suggestion you have about material vanity, and if you are a rich person, a wealthy person, how would you want to use your resources? To build something for the community. So a lot of people can be engaged, and that would only mean, by the way, you are more profitable. If you do business with a lot of people, you are following through the law of giving and receiving, cause and effect. We have that law in the universe. The more you give, the more you receive. The more opportunity you give to people, if you give to opportunity to 20 people, your money is now free enough to go into 20 people's pockets. And those 20 people may have family that they help, also they give it to someone else. So money doesn't like to be caged, you don't put it in a bank, or money likes to be invested. It's like us, it's energy, it wants to be free. All energy is wants to just want to flow. So if you work like that, all you need is an idea. All you need is to just sit down and, use your mind to think about how you want to do it, with who you want to do it. Because some people have the talent, but they don't have the space. Some people have the art, the skill, but they don't have the opportunity. They don't have the materials that they want. It's time that we come together and we just see for who we are, not for how we dress up or what we have. And we can see what we can do, from there. Thank you so much for watching me, guys. I will see you in the next video. Rastafari. Much love.